All right, welcome back. This is Dr. Chidi, who also has a YouTube platform and stuff like that. So I'm going to give him the credit is due for this interview. But I want us to watch this together and I want us to react to it together for the rest of the few minutes that we have here. I don't know how we're going to do it. I really do want to end not too far from the time that we have. But let's get to it right away without wasting any time.
That TB Joshua's daughter that he nearly killed. Tell us about her. What's her situation right now? What's happening with her?
We're talking about Ajoke, the alleged TB Joshua's daughter. That's what we're talking about, just in case you're wondering. All right?
Please, a lot of people want to know.
As we are coming in now, although I've called her earlier because I promised to speak to her today, but she didn't pick. So why I was just about to connect, she was calling and said no till evening. Ajoke happened to be a girl that I will want to call a daughter because I know her from the baby when she was dropped in the synagogue. So, lots of children.
No, sorry, please. You knew her from when she was dropped in the synagogue. Can you tell us what's the story surrounding that? How was she dropped? What happened?
It was a service day. People were, after service, everybody going. Then the security came that a baby is in the auditorium. Because I was part of the media, everything, TB Joshua prioritized, coverage than any other thing. So, we already gone to the
sorry, I was muted. Just in case you don't know what they're talking about Ajoke was dropped off as a baby. That grown woman was dropped off as a baby, as a baby in the synagogue temple. All right. So we're going to continue.
Auditorium in order to see what was happening. So is this a tiny baby? Yeah. So by the time he came, he said they should bring the baby. So they brought the baby, and usually that happens once in a while in Swan. And anytime that happens, he will say they should take the baby to the police station or motherless baby home. But this particular one, the security Anieke was suggesting that should we? He said no. Call me Mama Bosse. Mama Bosse happened to be one of the women at the back of synagogue. You understand? That they just living there. They were, somehow related to TB Joshua. So he said, call me Mama Bosse. And they gave the baby to her. Said, take care of this baby. Her name is Ajoke. All of us will take care of her. And yes, when she started walking, she always walked into TB Joshua's office.
All right, so after they found the baby, they gave the baby to some lady who might have been some kind of family member to TB Joshua that also lived on the premises. And, just take care of this baby. Like, in that kind of environment, you can only imagine that, okay, there's probably a lot of situations like this where somebody might get dropped off, some homeless people, some people that are hungry, because it was also known to do a lot of charity, right? So they probably didn't think much of it. And if you're wondering, that's the Bisola lady that was on the BBC Africa thing too. That's her as well. All right. I told you I've seen her around. I do follow Dr. Chidi with my other channel, but I'm going to find him and follow him on this channel now. But I haven't seen him in a while. But he's like she's been on Dr. Sunday Adilaja's platform, this brother's platform, Update TV, where I played her yesterday. So she knows. Some people trying to say, okay, she's Olosho or somebody, she has history. Well, she's been talking for a while and she's been consistent. So she's up to something. We can all agree that she's up to something, okay? But she's telling us the story about Ajoke because she saw it from the beginning till now. Okay.
And he loved her too much. Yes.
He loved
Too
her.
much. Even when he doesn't, it's like he missed her. He will just open his other door down so that she can just come in. And then Ajoke will be the first person TB Joshua named prophetess. I remember anytime he's going for evening prayer for men or so women who are looking for fruit of the womb, he carries Ajoke along. He said, prophetess is coming to pray for you. So Ajoke started growing, and it come to a time TB Joshua called Evelyn and said, take care of this lady, because at that time Mama Bosse has already left the environment, so Ajoke was retained. So say, Mama, Sarah, take care of this girl. So the girl was living with Evelyn as one of our children.
Now, if you're wondering who Evelyn is the present, the wife, the widow of TB Joshua, who took over the church. Okay, so apparently Ajoke was living with her as well. Okay, so just keep that at the back of your mind as we continue the rest of the stories. She's been a part of the family for the longest, but it was always known that she was dropped off as a baby, right? And they keep mentioning the name of another person called Sarah that may have been the daughter of Evelyn and TB Joshua together. Let's continue.
She went to the same school, Abiola Nursery and Primary School, with Sarah. After she finished primary, secondary school, she went to British school in Lome. If you hear addiction,
Yeah.
Until it come to a time, she started growing until she come to a time. Yeah, you will see some traits from children that are, young, growing children. It could be stubbornness. It could be, you understand?
Maybe as a teenager.
And the one thing TB Joshua hates most is somebody to challenge him or to tell him the truth to his face. So everybody in Squan, they usually lied to him. After service, he will come in and say, how was the message? We all know that he vomited rubbish. We just say,
Jesus.
The message was wonderful. To the point that there was one day, I think it was TD Jakes that was preaching, and TD Jakes was using some quotes from what we have heard TB Joshua saying. They will say, Daddy, these people have been stealing your message, not knowing that it was TB Joshua stealing their messages. Because Olamide Big usually help him to transcribe all the tele-evangelist messages that he usually. It's all right.
Okay, so she's adding a lot of fluff here. We're just trying to get to who is Ajoke and how did she become a part of that family. That's all we're trying to get to right now. How did she become a part of that family as a daughter that was born, quote unquote? Is she biological or not? That's really what we're trying to get to here, right? Because a lot of people have the question, like, maybe this person, who is this person? Some people, a lot of the disciples follow us. They, some of them were here yesterday and they were questioning the authenticity of or the paternity of Ajoke, right? So let's keep going.
Anybody can.
Sure.
Yeah, it's all right. But he made their codes to be his own, and he made his disciples to be reading it. Then it happened that when Ajoke at a time Evelyn was not living in the synagogue with the disciples. She was living somewhere else in Ikeja, then later another place. Then it happened that
that's another consistency, by the way.
To that standard, she was given an apartment not inside TB Joshua's, apartment, another floor. Ajoke was with Evelyn. And why Ajoke is a kind of free spirit girl, unlike Sarah, that Sarah is reserved. So Ajoke usually go to the Sunday school to play with the youth. You understand? And everybody knows, Ajoke, that is, it happened that possibly why she was mingling with these youths. Some of them, they were telling Ajoke some things TB Joshua usually do to them.
Low bottom.
Children of 14 years, 15 years. So, this give us some kind of, unrest sort of. And, she started dropping some messages before him. And that made her to be taken away from Yasera's apartment.
All right, Yasera is Evelyn. Do you recall yesterday that there were at least two people that were here yesterday that were saying, what did they say about Ajoke again? I'm trying to remember. It just came through my mind. They were saying something to the effect that it's almost like they didn't know the existence of an Ajoke, right? Have you noticed that a lot of people defending or castigating BBC don't necessarily know? They haven't actually been close enough to TB Joshua. They're just fighting that Christianity should not be attacked. I just want you to note that as we continue. Oh yeah, and by the way, before I continue that, look at this right here. Check this out. This is today I had not posted a picture of a magazine from that time. Synagogue Church. They said this was 24 years ago. 2001, Synagogue Church of Scandals. We don't know when he became prophet. Joshua's family saying that. TB is a magician. That was Kola Olawi, who has since passed on. And Guru Maharaji was suggesting that he passed on from the gbasgbos between him and TB Joshua. But anyway, we're going to continue. I know you want to continue the gist. Let's get back to it.
Into disciples' quarters.
This is an urgent warning to all investors. On April 25th, 2024.
Let's pay the bills. All right.
She now became a disciple.
She became a disciple.
Ajoke Joshua. You understand?
Let me clear something here, because you know me, I shoot straight. I don't like.
I'm going somewhere.
Okay.
I'm going somewhere. So she joined the disciples, and it's like the gap has been,
bridged.
Yes. So it happened one day, before God, before man. Ajoke may not know this. There was trouble in the security department, and myself, if there are 10 cases in synagogue, TB Joshua will call me for 8. There are certain names that usually come out of his mouth to go and settle some matters. If your name is not among the first 5, you are just in the synagogue for nothing. So I was called with Mrs. Adebayo, the Mr. Adebayo who is in charge of accounts. So he said we should go and see. They said there is a woman making trouble there. And we went there and we saw this woman. So the security was saying that she want to force herself inside the church. And today
before we continue, do you want to guess who this woman would be? Okay, remember Ajoke was dropped off as a baby. She's been taken care of. She was being taken care of by a family member for a while, who was living in the church premises, and eventually moved in with Evelyn, who is the wife, the only person known as wife to TB Joshua, and then eventually moved back into the mansion where there are disciples, and she became a disciple. And then she might have been, according to Bisola, she might have been hearing some stuff, like some violations by her father, right? And she didn't say much about that, right? But then suddenly some woman showed up. Some woman showed up and was causing trouble, atrocities, and now they're trying to figure out who this woman is. And he sent them to go and figure out, sent them to the security to go and figure out who is the woman that's causing trouble by the gate. Let's continue.
It's not service day. Madam, what happened? She said she wants to come and see her daughter. Who is your daughter here? Can't you explain yourself properly? She said, Ajoke. We look at herself. Ajoke, where were you all these years? She said she always see, visit Sunday school to see her, monitoring her. But lately, she's not seeing her. That is why she came to check on her. If TB Joshua sent 2 or 3 people somewhere, you will see that one of them will just disappear. Because they quickly want to go and inform him so that he can direct the affair. You can't do, everybody in synagogue was moron under TB Joshua. You don't use your brain.
Jesus.
So I quickly entered. He said we should take her to Presidential Lodge. Yes. She said we should take her to Presidential Lodge. So we took her to Presidential Lodge and we sat her down. Myself and Mr. Adebayo. So we should interview her. So we asked her, Mama, all these years, where were you? She said she has been seeing her, but lately she has not seen her. That's why she came. Where is your husband? Why do you abandon this lady? He said the father said they should. The father threatening her to leave his child in the church. Who is the father? He said, Daddy. Who is?
Who is the father? You've never seen something like this ever before? Well, I have a few times. Okay, it exists. Dropping baby off. The mother is coming to the gate to shout hell, to say, hey, I need to see my daughter. Or this is his daughter. I'm bringing his daughter to come and see him. I'm bringing his son to come and see him. Oh yeah, these kind of things happened. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know any father, uncle, where it happened before. It's just typically, it's not a TB Joshua Daddy GEO, right? Let's continue.
Daddy, prophet.
Stop.
Is he not?
Stop. Let me tell you. If you see, I just put something on the screen there.
Yes.
Adeba CTV, you said she's not the biological daughter.
You don't live with us.
No. So that's why I had to.
Okay.
It's good you're telling us what you're telling us, because people don't understand. Some of us have been in this thing for such a very long time. We don't beat about it. We don't just talk.
No.
So you're hearing from Bisola.
So there's another troll on that platform who is saying she's not a biological daughter. Some people kept saying spiritual daughter. It must mean spiritual daughter. So somehow people don't know the difference between spiritual daughter anymore. She will just go on TV and say she's a daughter from another mother. Wouldn't that be an easy to lie? Like, why would anybody lie a lie that's easy to detect, But anyway, let's keep going.
It's not that they told her. She's saying she saw. She's the one that went and took.
She's telling a story.
I hope those of us who are listening, you're taking what we're doing seriously. We're not just talking because we just want to talk on YouTube. This is real experience, lived experience that you're hearing. Continue, Bisola.
So she said, Daddy, we want to be sure. He said, which daddy? He said, Prophet Joshua. That one passed our level.
Yes, so
that
one goes to the guy at the top.
We have already, given us some drinks. So we went to TB Joshua's office. And TB Joshua is a kind of person that you can't just tell him the whole truth straight. So when we got to him, we said we realized, it was Mr. Adebayo that led. He said, we realized that the woman has mental problem. TB Joshua.
Cap, you probably believe she had mental problem because you were following him for a reason. You believed everything he says back then. Can we keep it a buck?
Stop the cap.
You believed everything he said back then, and you probably said that because you were already fighting his battle for him, like many people are fighting his battle for him right now, right? Let's call it what it is. Let's continue.
Looked at me. He knows me. He said, Bisola, what did she say? He said, she said you are our father.
You are the father of her baby.
Of Ajoke?
Okay. So TB Joshua wrote some money. You know, he usually writes money in paper. He usually don't touch money. He writes the money, certain amount of money in paper. Gave it to Miss Adebayo. He said, give it to her. Call me Anieke.
Just bribe her for another 5 years. She will go away.
What he discussed with Anieke, I don't know. You understand? I only say what I said, no, because one day I will face God. What?
Please note the Anueke name. It keeps coming up. Note that name. It keeps coming up. All right. Let's keep going.
He discussed with Anieke, I don't know. But myself and Mr. Adebayo, we took the money envelope, we gave it to her, and we escort her to... We didn't bring Ajoke to her. But we talked to her that maybe she should come back, or wherever she has been seeing her daughter, she should go on. And Anieke took it from there. But later
Took what from there?
Years, I understand that the instruction given to Anieke, I can't say it online.
What? You want Brother Ben to fight you? You can't say what? What you mean? You can't say it. You're going to have to say it. Don't worry, Dr. Chidi is going to drag it out of her. Let's keep going.
Why? No, you must say it too. Unless you know, we know the height. What? Why? Say it, please. You know if you're going to die tomorrow. Do you know if I'm going to die tomorrow? We have a chance. Say it.
I understand that the instruction
unless
given
it's not the
to
truth.
Anieke,
Bisola, unless it's not the truth.
Ajoke used to be a police, you know, all the security outfit there, former policemen, you know, make her to disappear.
He was the security man. What?
Did you know that your old YouTube channel has actually been making you money
Shut
every
up.
single day?
Get out.
It's true.
Is that woman?
Make her to disappear.
Is that woman late now?
I don't know. We don't see her since then again.
And Ajoke is not in contact with her.
Clearly, Ajoke is not.
Before God, before man, no. All she know in her life was TB Joshua. Let's even assume that it may not be the biological, but opening her eyes in life is him that she knows. Even if you put the pictures together, I'm doing something now. Putting the pictures together, you can see the forehead, even the eyeballs.
She looks like him.
And it comes to a time that she had to even voice out to confront him. Everybody knows daddy's child. Oh, even Sarah, all of them, they move together, they go together, they go to school together. We usually go to Lome to go and see them in school. You understand?
She looks like him. To me, she looks like him. She looks like him. But it doesn't matter. This person's child may not look like them. But I've seen these stories before, multiple times over. As in, like, in real life, people that I know. Oh, sorry.
You know, no matter how he loved, you understand? No other disciples, no matter how he loved them, no matter how he raised them, join this team. Even there was one girl, an half-caste, Josephine. TB Joshua like her, but bed like. And he even promised the
No, but Aben, she said she doesn't say what she doesn't know. She said what she heard years later. She said what she heard years later. And she's not sure. But she's been an accomplice to a lot, obviously. And they seem to regret that a lot in their narrative. All of them, as a matter of fact. They seem to regret ever being a part of that court.
girl, you will be my daughter, but she never made it. You understand? So then it comes to a time that Ajoke had to go and really confront him. That you are sleeping with these children. And that was our undoing. There was a time TB Joshua said after Ajoke left Iyasera, he said Ajoke should be following me everywhere I go. I remember there was one day, myself and late Samson, he said we should go somewhere in ShopRite. Ajoke was with us. So because she was following me. So, and because, when we were going, it was Samson who was the first person who said it in the car that day, that everybody should go and relax, so that where they lock everybody up,
hey,
key has been thrown somewhere.
Hey,
that was the day I started thinking, how can they lock me up? You understand? And unfortunately, that man died because he saw something. He walked into TB Joshua's bedroom and saw him with a girl making up. You understand?
Yeah.
And the girl, and
Dr. Chidi say, hey, what is this craziness? That Mr. Samson is gone. Dilo said, children even show up on some men's burial. Yeah, of course. That even happen here a lot in America. A lot. Have you seen the Carl Franklin story? Oh, yeah. Happen here a lot, too. Human beings are not your mate. Oh, Lord.
The man, Samson, came from his own town.
Anyway, that's that right there. Listen, she looks exactly. So the question that we seem to have answered there, unless somebody else have another story to share with us, is where did Ajoke come from? I think to me it was obvious, but some people need evidence. They want to act like they're the court. They need physical evidence. They need more people, and usually they don't have a story to counter it. They're just speaking out of their emotions. They already fell in love with the idea of this man of God and whatever he represented to them. For a lot of people, like I said earlier, he represents one of the generals of Christianity. So don't attack it, and I get that. I understand that. But clearly that's not going to work now, because these stories they keep giving. So Bisola has been consistent before BBC, and I don't know if this is after. I'm trying to see. I think I want to see on Dr. Chidi's platform now, see if he did. And I'm not sure how long this interview had been out there. I'm not sure if it's after. It must be after, because I think for the first time they're talking about. Yeah, I think he did a live stream 2 days ago. Yeah, he did a live stream 2 days ago. Called The Court of TB Joshua, Analysis of BBC Documentary. Yeah. So, yeah. So he covers a lot of stuff here. Let me see. Live. Yeah, he did a live session. Analysis of TB Joshua. He has content like Doris or Gala queries. All these in combat type of stuff. That's what he's doing. I'll subscribe. I'll check him up. I haven't seen his stuff in years because I started Man of Prestige and I paid more attention to the stuff I subscribed to here. But that's basically what we had today. Let me instead show TB Joshua and his alleged daughter. Oh, my screen is frozen. You guys can hear me though, right? I don't know why they keep doing this. They need to work on this, whatever that is. I think that's a live StreamYard issue. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna stretch this one out. We're gonna call it a day right there. You know, either tomorrow, we're done for the officials of this week. Either tomorrow or Saturday, we're going to do a live session that I want you guys to come in. I'm gonna find a very nice topic. I have a bank of them already, and you guys will be able to call in and we can chop it up. I want a few people on the panel. And of course, I want Natu, I want the regulars, but Ben, if you have time, Chiye, if you have time, if you can come up, you know, that would be nice, you know. Either tomorrow or Saturday, I will let you guys know ASAP. But something is going on with my internet here too. I don't know what's going on, but I think we're looking good. We're ending the show right now. Do me a favor, on your way out, hit that like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications, so you're notified when we do go live. Okay, turn up your notifications, hit all the notifications. I have tons of videos to drop this weekend, so make sure you're hitting the like, watching them, play them in the background if you will. Share it in your WhatsApp group, share it to Twitter, share. Okay, but I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the platform as usual. I appreciate you. All right, hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. I will see you on the next one, and peace.
Ooh, girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.